We envision a world that is rooted in love, pursues the equity of all people, and amplifies God's call on every life.
One of the biggest obstacles to this vision being realized is unequal access to resources.
Cities across the nation are segregated by race, ethnicity, and income. For low to moderate income families, of which people of color are disproportionately represented, where we live dramatically influences access to opportunity and connection. Access to education, healthcare, livable wages, affordable housing, and healthy food are interrelated.
Research shows that some children, young adults, and churches do not have the same opportunities and connections as their peers. This gap in resources translates to disproportionate reading levels, lack of young, diverse leadership, and overall disconnected communities.
Our mission is to transform communities by engaging children, college-age young adults, and churches in purposeful relationships.
Project Transformation cultivates space for 3 unique groups to connect and build mutually transformative relationships. We call these groups the 3 C's.
The first C is children. Children attend fun summer and or after-school programs that are led by young adults. The program focuses on literacy and social-emotional learning.
For literacy development, children read one-on-one with volunteers and engage in reading activities with young adult leaders. We hope this inspires confidence and a love of reading, as well as stronger reading skills. 97% of children in our program have increased or maintained their reading levels.
Social emotional learning is included throughout the program to support children in discovering and embracing who God made them to be. Through walking alongside mentors, children are encouraged to manage their emotions, set goals, show empathy, maintain positive relationships, and make responsible decisions.
Beyond individualized reading support and social emotional learning, we provide healthy meals, recreation and exercise, enrichment activities in art and science, and faith formation through a research-based curriculum so children are nurtured in body, mind, and spirit.
As a result, churches and college-age young adults broaden the network of support with children and families. This brings us to our second C, college-age young adults.
All Project Transformation programs are cultivated by talented young adult leaders who commit a summer or year of their lives to building relationships with children and families, churches, and their young adult peers. Because young adults are in a stage of life where they're asking questions about purpose and vocation, we provide a paid service opportunity where they can explore their strengths and put their faith into action. While young adults invest in children through the program, we invest in them as they discover ways to be in ministry.
And on Fridays, young adults are given a special space for vocational discernment. Through weekly visits with local leaders who serve their community, young adults have the opportunity to explore what makes them come alive. Don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive. And go do that, because what the world needs is people who have come alive. Howard Thurman.
The final C is churches. We believe the local church is a place of hope and is essential to community transformation.
We work alongside churches to connect and grow mutual relationships with their neighbors. We believe in the power of the church's connectional nature, so we invite churches and organizations across the city to engage with Project Transformation. This looks like encouraging children through reading, nurturing college-age young adults through meals, supporting neighborhood family fun nights, and more.
At its core, Project Transformation is about creating spaces for change to happen through mutual, loving relationships. We hope you'll join us in this unique, collaborative approach.
Harnessing the energy of children and young adults, the strength of churches, and the resources of local communities to bring about transformation.